All right, now, while the rest of the goober tubers are running around here still making Idaho 4 content, got to keep the grift going, right? Trying to convince the world that Brian Kohlberger is innocent, even though Brian Kohlberger said he's guilty. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next story. Let those people do what they do. Let's just keep reporting news, keep analyzing these cases, keep going. We do have a mystery as 2 hikers were murdered right in front of their children at Devil's Den. I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. Let's keep it moving.
Bring it back.
What's going on, everybody? As you guys know, I'm JB Gunner, and this is Crime Time. Now, before we get started, let me first and foremost say thank you to everybody that supports the channel. Hell, any of my channels, regardless of platform, regardless of method you choose, whether it's Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, PayPal. Truth is, guys, I couldn't have done this for the last 19 years on all these different channels. Uncensored, if it wasn't for you, the Gun Squad. Love you guys. You guys are what keeps this thing going. If you too find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Show some love. Join the Gun Squad. You can also find the links to some other channels, man. I don't stop here. I do politics. I got a live stream I also do every day. Pro wrestling, gaming content, all kinds of shit, honestly, if you want to know. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this story, because I know you've heard it from some people, I would imagine, but I'm going to obviously, this is the next one I'm going to be following clearly. Husband and wife killed while hiking with 2 daughters in Arkansas as cops hunt for the killer. A husband and wife were killed while hiking with their 2 young daughters at an Arkansas state park over the weekend, sparking a frantic search for the murderer. Clinton and Kristen Brink, aged 43 and 41, were found dead at around 2:40 p.m. on Saturday on a remote and rural trail at Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas. State police say the terrain is rugged, vegetation is thick, and there is no cell phone service. Now, before we get into this any further, me as a long distance hiker myself, I've hiked the Appalachian Trail almost 2 full times. It is definitely, it's what I do. Despite being fat, I love getting out there. I love hiking long distance. I love the adventure. I love the journey. And I love going on just day hikes as well. So that's why I moved to the mountains. That's why I've always lived in the mountains for the most part since 2012. It's what I like. So when it comes to a story like this, a lot of times you're in the woods and you bump into a lot of strange people. I'm sure people that bump into me in the middle of the woods think I'm probably strange as well. But let's just be honest. When you're out there, you're not just going to see other hikers. You're going to out in the woods, you're going to bump into people that's running from the law, people that just don't want to be found. And on the Appalachian Trail, I found that all the time. I'll say 95% of the people you meet will be people that, have paid thousands of dollars for their gear. Their intentions are to hike long distances. They are there to hike. But make no mistake about it, I have bumped into the occasional person with a warrant, the occasional person that just didn't want to be found. And you can usually tell this kind of shit because they have kind of knockoff gear. They kind of scrounged up what they can get. A lot of these people don't have experience hiking, so you'll see them with shit like pots and pans. And the reason I say that is because experienced hikers know you have to watch your weight inside your pack. It's also why I don't believe hikers carry shit like K-bar knives, nor do I think runners carry K-bar knives, things like that, if that's what they're doing. But anyway, but out on the trail, there have been a couple of incidents, particularly in Blood Mountain and different issues like this, where there have been murderers, sometimes even serial killers, out in the woods. So I think this could be a situation that kind of is like that. Authorities have since ruled out that their deaths constituted a double homicide, and their bodies will be sent to the Arkansas State Crime Lab, where their cause and manner of death will be determined. The couple's 2 daughters, with whom they were hiking, ages 7 and 9, were uninjured and are now safe with family members. It is unclear why the couple may have been attacked, as they recently moved to the state, so they're brand new to the state. Their public Facebook profiles show they had previously lived in Montana. So these are wilderness people, hiking people. We are deeply saddened by the tragic events that occurred at Devil's Den State Park. Shay Lewis, the Secretary of Arkansas Department of Parks, said in a statement, Our hearts, blah, blah, blah. We already know this. The police are pursuing all leads and are working with state and federal authorities to track down the suspect. They have also cordoned off the trail as investigation continues. These are the people right here that were brutally murdered, Clinton and Kristen Brink, this Devil's Den State Park. So they are using the resources. I do want to show you pictures of the people once again. No question there. In fact, we're going to get to some news about it here in a moment. Blood-curdling audio of the cops finding the couple executed in front of their children at Arkansas Devil's Den State Park. Let's take a listen.
To sweep the coastal trails or just stay on the main trail?
Cover the main trail right now first.
Oh.
Copy that.
How?
Sweep the main trail first right now.
Main trail? Like ice blocks, hiking down. Looking for help.
Copy that. Say again. Repeat.
Hear yells calling for help. We're hiking down.
Try to relay to the office. So we found the victims down here. They're on the lower Devil's Den Trail. Just a couple minutes. I think I see you right there. I've got two
bodies down there. So definitely sad news, man. Definitely sad news. Let's continue. Arkansas's manhunt underway after murderer kills couple in front of their children. Like right in front of their children. That has to be life-changing, life-altering for these children. I do want to say I think it's awesome that he didn't kill the kids, obviously, you know what I mean? Because this could have turned into a very nasty quadruple homicide. It did take 6 hours for the police to notify the public that a killer was on the loose. Calls about an assault came in at about 2:30 p.m. on July 26, where there was a potential assault at the park. First responders also heard screams. However, once they caught up to where the family was located, obviously the two were found dead. The daughters, ages 7 and 9, witnessed the killings. It was 6 hours later that the police released a statement about the manhunt for a suspect at around 8:40 p.m. The location is in remote rural Arkansas. It took time for our special agents to arrive on the scene, they said, locate witnesses, conduct interviews, and collaborate information, so we released the appropriate information. So it was not until Sunday that the police issued an updated description of the suspect, who they said was wearing dark pants, a red baseball cap, and sunglasses. Authorities also said that he was seen driving a Mazda and had his license plate covered up with tape. So clearly, if he's covering the license plates up with tape, clearly this was a planned homicide. He went in here to kill somebody at random. If you want my opinion. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look and see what the news was saying.
Follow the tragedy at Devil's Den State Park, where a family was attacked this weekend hiking the trails. A husband and wife were found dead, and the manhunt continues for the person who killed them. Claire Everbach has more on the investigation from Arkansas State Police.
43-year-old Clinton David Brink and 41-year-old Kristen Amanda Brink were husband and wife. State police say the couple had recently moved to Prairie Grove from out of state. The Brinks were hiking with their 2 young daughters, ages 7 and 9, when the attack happened. The children were not in.
I find this way worse than the Idaho 4. Imagine murdering a mother and father right in front of their children. For what? Like, even if you was one of those people that's just looking for a thrill kill, come on, man. These children are going to be fucked up in their head for the rest of their life. They literally saw their parents slaughtered. They're probably never going to go on hiking trails again. And this is way worse than any Idaho 4.
Injured and are now safe with family. State police say the suspect is believed to be a white man of medium build, wearing dark pants, a long-sleeve shirt with sleeves rolled up, a baseball cap, sunglasses, and fingerless gloves. He is also believed to be driving a black 4-door sedan. Police say the description came from witness statements from inside the park, not from video or surveillance.
That kind of trips me out, too. Like, if you know somebody has seen you, like, why would you continue on and do this, right? Like, if you know we're not even talking about the kids at this point. If you know that other people within the park have seen you, like, you got to be a ballsy motherfucker, man.
Regular park visitors.
Because my opinion, this is a random thrill killing. I highly doubt this was a targeted attack just on that couple. I mean, dude had his plates taped off so you couldn't see him. Yeah, I don't.
The attack came as a shock.
I've never thought anything like this was going to ever happen, until yesterday. I'm like, oh, man, like, whoa.
Despite that, they say they trust the rangers and park police.
The hell did
to
that guy
keep them
just say?
safe.
I wasn't too worried about it because I know we got, patrol rangers out here. They're going to protect us.
They didn't protect the other ones.
Take care of us,
Oh.
Others say they were told to avoid certain areas.
It's not like we're going to go to the trails anyway. We wanted to swim in here, but they told us you cannot swim there, so we just taking a look.
Why do I feel like they're just interviewing the dummies that's there?
Look at everything, that's it.
There was like no scholars there, nobody with any fuck it.
Like Claire mentioned, investigators believe the suspect left the park in a black four-door sedan and say that car may have traveled on State Highway 170 or State Highway 220 near the park. Some added context, State Highway 170 runs north out of Devil's Den and connects to I-49 in West Fork. 220 goes from the park through Crawford County and connects with Highway 59 in Cedarville.
Okay.
They believe the suspect is a white man with a medium build who is wearing a long-sleeve shirt with the sleeves rolled up, dark pants, a dark ball cap, sunglasses, and fingerless gloves.
Damn, man. Damn. It's just wild shit. We got a sketch we'll be getting to here in a second as well.
A lot of questions are still unanswered. Tonight, as officials investigate, Darren Bob from our sister station in Fort Smith takes a look back at how this all started.
The first call came into the Washington County EMS a little before 2:30.
Medic Corps, strictly first responders, stage for police, assault,
Possible stabbing.
Devil's Den State Park.
It was only a few minutes before a swarm of law enforcement officers made it to Devil's Den.
Man.
That's when visitors who were at the park became a little concerned.
So we've been here all day. We're from Texas, so we came in for the weekend, and we came up here and there are cop cars all around there, and we were a little concerned, and they said that they couldn't say anything, but that everything was closed for an emergency.
Then the search was on for a suspect.
Suspect is going to be a white male wearing white gloves, sunglasses, a dark
White
colored
gloves.
pants, and a dark colored tank top. He took off in a small black sports car with
Taped
taped
over
over
plates.
Direction of travel, went across the bridge leaving Devil's Den and stayed on the highway.
We're all sweeping the trail, me and I've got a maintenance person with me, interpreters with first aid kits trying to locate the family.
Less than an hour into the search,
Damn.
Hear yells calling for help. We're hiking down.
10-4, we're hearing them too towards the end of the lower part of the Devil's Den Trail.
by the time police got to where they heard those screams, it was too late.
Try to relay to the office that we found the victims down here. They're on the lower Devil's Den Trail. I've got two bodies.
5 News first responded to a tip about that large police presence and an investigation at Devil's Den around 4:30. When our reporter got there, troopers would not allow him into the park and did not provide information. At 8:40, 6 hours after the first call, state police released a statement about a manhunt for the suspect who may still be in the area. That set off a firestorm of social media posts, especially from those who were in the park at the time, wondering why it took so long to
That's
get...
crazy. The people at the fucking campgrounds weren't even notified quickly.
any official information out.
That there's a
Arkansas State Police
potential
responded
killer
to
on
those
those.
concerns, saying the location is in a remote rural part of Arkansas. It took time for our special agents to arrive on scene, locate witnesses, and collaborate information so we could...
Man, these people are nuts. Devil's Den murderer who slaughtered parents in front of their kids was injured in the attack, the police believe. The suspect who brutally killed a couple while they hiked with their young daughters in an Arkansas state park may have been injured during the savage attack. We all know about the injury. We all know about the dead bodies. We all know the daughters saw it. They came out uninjured. On Tuesday, Arkansas State Police disclosed that the suspect, still unidentified and at large, is believed to have sustained injuries during the double homicide. according to the department news release. Investigators said the suspect in the depths likely sustained an injury while attacking the couple. However, the statement did not specify the nature of the suspect's injuries or explain how authorities reached that conclusion. More than likely, it was blood driplets on the way out. You would think that, or they're just assuming because it was a stabbing, that's what happened. Police also released an image of a person of interest, seen from behind carrying a duffel bag on his back, whom they are trying to identify and question. A composite sketch was also released, which we'll get to, depicting a man wearing a baseball cap from a front-facing view. This is the suspect that they believe is the man. Obviously a white guy, I would imagine. Obviously, let me click on it. This is the guy that they're saying is the likely killer. I don't know, man. I guess it's possible. How the fuck did they get this image? Who took the image and why is it on? I guess you just never know. But it seems wild, right? I believe they got a sketch here as well. There's the front sketch, the sketch that you're seeing, that you saw on the thumbnail. This is the sketch of the guy, which I would assume that this witness description of him probably came from the kids, I would imagine, right? Law enforcement responds to reports of a double homicide at Washington. Okay, wait, we already know all this, right? So anyway, moving on, chilling police sketch of man who murdered Arkansas couple in front of their children. Well, we already saw the sketch of the person of interest. Let's see what the news is continuing to say.
Thank you for joining us for your 5 News at Noon. I'm Morgan Wrigley. Arkansas State Police are sharing a sketch of a man they say could be connected to the double homicide over the weekend at Devil's Den. Police say a married couple was killed on a walking trail just before 3 Saturday afternoon. Their 2 young daughters were with them at the time. Both girls escaped without injuries, and they're now safe with family.
Oh, make no mistake about it. When they eventually catch this guy and it goes to case, all the pro-buggers are going to say this guy's innocent too. Just like they did Richard Allen. They just will. They never say the women's innocent. Like, they all hate Casey Anthony and shit like that. Because let's be honest, most of them are just fat women. And so they automatically say the women are guilty, but they find the killer, the male killers that they like they have some sort of attraction to them. And so they refuse. And I think the men the men that's running around still claiming Brian Kohberger is innocent might be gay and might be attracted to Brian Kohberger as well. Same thing with Richard Allen, and the same thing will be with this killer right here. I know their style. I know their MO. They're going to say this guy is innocent as well.
Now, police haven't released any more details about the circumstances surrounding the attack, but the manhunt for the person responsible is now entering its 4th day. While in the park, the suspect was described to be wearing a long-sleeved shirt with the sleeves rolled up, dark pants, a dark ball cap, sunglasses, and fingerless gloves. State police also say it's likely that he also was injured while he was attacking the couple. With police releasing that sketch, they're hoping this would...
I feel like he came prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he had like a kill kit in a bag, he had his plates taped, he had gloves on. This guy is on some Kohberger-like shit.
Generate some leads, possibly into the person's identity. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi has the latest on the efforts to track down the suspect.
The search for the person suspected of killing Clinton and Kristen Brink at Devil's Den State Park over the weekend has entered its 4th day, and the Arkansas State Police continues to lead the investigation as they work with local, state, and federal agencies to try to chase down any possible leads. Take a look at your screen now. This is the composite sketch released by the Arkansas State Police late last night of the person of interest. Investigators are asking the public for help in identifying the man so that they may question him in relation to the attack. Patrick McCall, a professional manhunter with experience tracking fugitives across the country, shared with 5 News his perspective about what is going on behind the scenes as ASP continues their search. McCall says the lack of information being released has everything to do with holding evidence close, but says behind the scenes the work is nonstop. He says investigators are most likely deploying license plate cameras.
Better watch out. All the people in the true crime area community is going to be like, how come you're not releasing all the information so we and the killer will know where if you're on to him or not?
doing social media and cell phone record searches and going through the victims' personal lives to try and catch the suspect. McCall says the remote setting of Devil's Den, combined with the nature of the crime, paints a chilling picture and says the suspect likely knew the area.
This individual probably enjoyed the park just as these people did, right? Regular goer to the park, did some surveillance and found his perfect hiding spot in here. So anybody that seemed out of the ordinary 3 months ago, 6 months ago, or as recently as the day of should be reported to law enforcement.
Devil's Den is a very popular state park here in Arkansas, and investigators are asking those who may have visited on Saturday to check their phones to see if they have any photos or videos where the suspect might be in them. They're also asking area residents to check security footage and game footage.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I mean, we saw it in Delphi, we saw it in Idaho 4. Cameras catch shit, man. They catch shit. As we saw in Delphi, the little girl's phone camera caught bridge guy. In Idaho 4, clearly we saw people's home surveillance caught the white car, all that shit. So, I mean, yeah, clearly there's gonna be a lot less cameras in the woods, clearly, or at the state park, but also at the same time, a lot of people that hike and a lot of people that frequent these types of places do have their cameras out taking pictures and video of their travels, of the wildlife. You know what I mean?
Again, doing whatever they can to chase any possible leads. But for now, I'm live in Lowell, covering news where you live. Jacob Luthi, 5 News.
Thank you, Jacob. And this is the couple who was killed in that attack, 43-year-old Clinton Brink and 41-year-old Kristen Brink. The family had recently moved to Prairie Grove.
Man.
We've learned that Clinton had transferred jobs from South Dakota, where he worked for Prairie Farms Dairy, and he was actually set to start a new job this week delivering milk in the Fayetteville area for Highland Dairy. We'll continue following updates from state police and bring you the latest developments as they come into our newsroom on 5 News Plus. To learn how to download it to your smart TV.
All right, so we got this. Anything new here?
Donnie spoke with a criminology expert. What are the details of this case that stuck out to him?
Well, Brandon, Dr. Angelo Brown, a criminology assistant professor at Arkansas State, is not actively involved in this investigation, but as an expert, he said one of the things that stuck out to him the most was the location of the crime.
Yeah.
Someone want to get away with a heinous crime, they would probably go to a place like this.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's why people with warrants and things like that, you know, or just in general, you know, the woods are safe. I'm just going to be dead honest with you. There's rarely crime in the woods, but it is a secluded place where you can get away with some shit. However, I want to also say this. Word travels fast on the trail. It's just the way the trails typically are. The way hikers are, particularly if it's a known trail or a long distance trail. People tend to, you know, pass along or in trail guide, or, you know, little logins at the trail shelters or trail heads, you know, put information like weird looking guy, things like that. But yeah, no question.
Lacks cell phone reception, that's an important factor, you know.
Yeah.
So by the time the news got out, he's probably hundreds of miles away.
Dr. Brown also believes that the suspect's preparedness shows some sense of premeditation.
Yeah, of
Things
course.
made this seem like probably the suspect was planning some type of violent act, or at least he was ready, to commit a murder. Covering the license plate with some tape, that huge sign that this was kind of premeditated.
According to family members who did not want to talk on camera, the victims, Clinton and Kristen Brink, were walking on the Devil's Den hiking trail when the suspect attacked Clinton with a knife.
It also makes it more like personable, and like you have to be more skillful to like kill 2 people stabbing them than with a gun.
He says all of these factors lead him to believe this will be a long search.
It's a very vague description for that region, because that region, you know, that demographic is just the majority of the people, so that's going to make it very difficult for the suspect to be found. It seems that the majority of cases that are similar to this, it takes, you know, a long time, you know, months, years, even sometimes decades to solve these cases.
Agreed. I think this one's going to be a pretty long search. This is going to be probably the next big true crime case, if you ask me. And I think it's going to be much like Brian Koberger, where you have someone that just wanted the thrill of the kill. It could be someone that's killed before. I remember the Meredith Emerson case up here on Blood Mountain, and that ended up being a dude that had went to North Carolina and killed. Hilton was his name. Killed in Florida. Ended up being a serial killer. So it kind of happens. It is what it is. Let me know what you guys think happened here. Let me know in the comment section. If you like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Looks like we got ourselves a new story. All the pro burgers are going to become pro Devil's Den. Actually, who am I kidding? They ain't even going to pay attention to this story because they're too busy trying to get Brian Koberger out of prison. It ain't going to work. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Guys, take care. Have a good one. Let me know what you think.